All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it again, bringing you guys another, not tips video, but trade review video, weekly trade review. We're just going to pick one trade. We're going to take basically the best performing trade that I took for the week, not look at the losers, of course. You never want to show your losers if you're selling a product. No, 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 doesn't sell. So let's only talk about the best winner, and that would be USDCAD. All right, so once again, we're trading supply and demand. If you don't know what supply and demand is, or if you do trade supply and demand and you haven't seen my other tips videos on supply and demand, check out the YouTube video after this and then go to playlist and then click on this tips playlist right here. And that will bring you through a lot of quality supply and demand tips videos. Strongly recommend it. They're my best videos. I mean, heck, you could click videos and sort by and most popular, and you will see which ones are my most popular videos, clearly, right? My tips videos. And some travel videos too. Top 3 rooftop pool bars. If you haven't checked that one out, check that one out. If you ever find yourself in Vietnam, Da Nang, this is the video that you watch because it's every building is basically right on the water. They all got ocean view. They all got pools up top. So you want to know which one's the best, you know? Yeah, it's a good video to watch. And then you guys know I go to Cuba a lot, so this was a Cuba video that I made. It's got good views, 15K views. I think if you actually YouTube this place, DHAWA, Kyle Santa Maria, I should be like number 2. Ah, number 2. Oh, yeah, number 2. There I am. Isn't that funny? Got the number 2 spot for that. But anyways, go check those videos out. Anyways, let's get this thing going. USDCAD. Here was the trade that I took on USDCAD selling this pullback. I know I posted it on my Twitter or something, and I let a couple of you guys know on my Instagram that I was looking at this. Here was the trade setup. I did post it in my watch list for the private group, the USDCAD. There's this 30-minute supply zone, and this 30-minute supply zone above. So these were 2 supply zones that I was watching, right? So the reason why I would be wanting to sell this pullback is why? Because we are supply and demand traders and this is an area of supply. Okay, so if we had to dissect this trade review and see like, hey, what's happening? Why did I buy here or sell here? Well, let's dive into that. Obviously, we trade supply and demand, so we need to be trading at imbalances in the market. We don't trade at balance. This right here is balance, right? That is balance. For every buyer, there is a seller. Right? If there is an equal amount of buyers or sellers in an area, do you think prices will go up or do you think prices will go down or sideways? If there is a balance in the equation, it's going to be going sideways, right? If there is an imbalance, meaning there's more buyers, more buy orders or sell orders, prices have to go up or they have to go down, right? If there's 500 buy orders on the buy side, right, and 1,000 sell orders on the sell side, well, prices are going to have to go down, right? They're going to have to go down to search for the next willing buyer that's going to sell to them. Hopefully that made sense. So remember, we are imbalanced traders. We want to look for these strong imbalances. Like this is a very strong imbalance, strong imbalance, strong imbalance. So usually what we want to do is go to the origin of where that imbalance started from. And that is right here, right? That is where the origin of the imbalance started from. Prices went sideways and then they took off. So we're assuming, hey, if the big money, the banks, if they see value at this area here once before, why shouldn't they see value again when prices potentially come back into the zone? And when prices do, I will look for buying this pullback. So that's exactly what I did for this supply zone. Let's also mark this one up here, right? We started to have these strong imbalances, right? That's telling me that there is a stack of sellers up in this area of supply, right? So when prices come back up into it, I want to be looking for selling opportunities when prices come back up into it. All right, makes sense. Another thing that I started to see was demand zones being removed, right? In a downtrend, we don't create demand zones. We create supply zones in a downtrend, right? In a downtrend, you would think that we respect supply zones and remove demand zones, right? So that's exactly what we did here. We started to remove demand zones, remove demand zones, right? So that's telling me sellers are starting to take control. We are also at an area on the higher time frame, I believe. Daily time frame. I think this was my daily time frame. Something like that, right? And then we have daily demand like right down there. I was trying to capture actually. Today's Friday. I was trying to capture that pullback, but didn't get filled. I think I might should have put my entry like that, but I don't regret it. I'm happy with that. So anyways, let's continue on. So why would I be wanting to sell this pullback? Well, why? Because we're sitting inside a higher time frame supply zone. I see sellers starting to take control. We have created a new low, breaking this previous low, right? So that's telling me prices are going to go down deeper, right? Now, let's quickly remove everything for a second. Quickly draw this back out, and we'll draw this one. I'm seeing that demand zone holding prices, right? I see it's been tested basically once, twice, and now coming in for a third time. I'm not thinking. I doubt when prices come back down into this demand zone, it's going to hold much longer, right? Why do I think that? Because we are sitting inside a higher time frame supply zone that we marked out earlier. This is a nice quality 30-minute zone. Price turns from inside out, right? So I was looking, or I did take this short pullback up into here, this what is it, supply zone. This zone has been tested once, twice, it's gone deeper into it each time. So I'm assuming that when prices do decide to go back into it again, it's probably going to remove it. So that's exactly what happened, right? My target was out right here at the opposing supply zone, or sorry, demand zone over here. So that's why I took, I think, my 3.5 to 1 risk to reward off right there. All right, this was also coming down to like a daily demand too, so it's probably a good idea to start getting off of your position. So that was the whole trade review. Prices at an area where sellers exceed buyers, so I wanted to be on the sell side. They clearly had a strong imbalance, so I wanted to look for pullbacks when prices come back up to that area. That's exactly what I did. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. Quickly talk about New Zealand US dollar. I think overall for the week started a bit choppy, but coming up to the end of the week, we pulled through. I think we were up like 1%. So we're in the green this week. Something that I'm watching right now is this could be on the radar for next week too. Yeah, these two 4-hour supply zones. I kind of like these 4-hour supply zones for selling opportunity. I know I talked about this one. I think I posted on TradingView. I like it still. 4-hour supply. That one got completely removed, but now prices are up here. I would still look for selling opportunities, right? Let's look at the dollar, because now we are coming into an interesting level. At the beginning of the week, I posted that supply zone, and we have this demand zone, that demand zone. Right, so those are the kind of supply and demand zones that I have drawn on my chart. Supply was reacting off this quite well for a bit, finally got removed. I now start to see upward kind of momentum trend being formed. You can kind of draw it all like this. This is how I would do it. Kind of like that. So I clearly see buyers stepping in each time they pull back. Kind of like here and here. Right? We're kind of creating that stair-step pattern. Here's that retracement, and now prices might finally break through, right? I still like this area for selling opportunities, but just given this price action, each time it's been going like this, right? Where is this? Each time it kind of goes like this, down, up, makes a new higher high, comes back down, higher high, comes back down. So now with prices reacting off of this trend line, I'm projecting that prices might just go like this, right? So I need to be careful of that, right? I don't want to be selling any pullbacks into this supply zone as of this second. But that is my 4-hour supply zone that I've drawn out, 4-hour demand, 4-hour demand. I think you might find some 1-hour demand zones here. Yeah, like here, 1-hour demand right there, 1-hour demand right there. We could remove that now, right? So I think that's clearly where buyers are somewhat stepping into the market structurally, right? You can see buyers are stepping in when it touches its trend line, takes this pullback, right? So that basically wraps it up. I know some of you guys this week were messaging me talking about they don't know what they're doing in supply and demand. Well, like I said before, go back and watch those tips videos. They are very good. Feel free to message me, but just give me, half a day to a day to get back to you. Those people that are not in the private group, those are usually my last people I get to, right? 99% of my focus is done in this group right here with these guys. If they ever need any help, trade analysis, trade reviews, daily recaps, our weekly mentor meetings, 2x weekly mentor meetings, right? So that's where 99% of my focus is with those guys, and anybody else that messages me, you're on the back burner, right? That's how it should be anyways. I'm not paying anybody to run this group, nor do I think I should be paying anybody to be running this group. It should be coming from me, right? Whenever you buy a product, especially like a course, you're not just buying the course, you're buying the creator, and you're buying direct access to, say, me, right? That's what's valuable. It's not just a fucking course or anything like that you go and watch a couple videos, read a book, and all of a sudden you start making money. No, it's direct access to me 24/7. The recap videos, the daily recap, the mentor meetings, it's all that makes the difference, right? And it's you showing up every day to those meetings and putting into work, right? So it's the people that put in the work that end up actually making it in trading. So besides that, we will let you go with that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Enjoy the weekend. Have a couple beers, relax, play Call of Duty. If you play Call of Duty, I'm not sure. Spend some time with the family. Do whatever you do. All right. Besides that, have a great weekend. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And cheers. Bye bye.